Science is all about understanding and comprehending nature, which is basically the universe and its workings. So, where does all of this understanding and comprehension come from anyway? And how do we get more of it? I'll tell you coming right up. Hello everyone, Laramie here with UEmmer. If this is your first time here at this channel, please consider subscribing. This channel is all about spreading the word and creating an awareness of the universal model, A New Millennial Science. It's a new science book that has recently been released to the public after 27 years of research. I hope to be able to get you excited about these new scientific discoveries, then to be able to point you in the direction so that you can learn these truths for yourself. You're free to choose to go there or just watch these videos. So in order to understand and comprehend nature, which is basically the universe and its workings, we must first ask the fundamental questions that lead to fundamental answers. These questions typically begin with who, what, where, when, why, and also how. Questions that begin with these 6 words typically lead one to obtaining more knowledge and wisdom. The physical questions of who, what, where, and when describe the observation or whatever it is that you are seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, or even feeling. These answers are descriptive in nature, or in other words, they describe physical objects or events. When you come to understand the who, what, when, and where, you increase in knowledge. Knowledge is an understanding of the description of physical objects or material and events. The intangible questions of how and why explain things. As we comprehend why something is and how something is, we increase in wisdom. Wisdom is a comprehension of the questions that explain things. In order to comprehend the how and why, we must first understand. Knowledge is increased when we understand questions like who, what, where, and when. Wisdom is increased when we comprehend questions like how and why. If we want more wisdom, we must first seek to understand. Alright, so let's use this process of gaining more knowledge and wisdom in a scientific setting. We'll use the Arizona crater as our subject. The first principle of the is to question everything with an open mind. I feel the most important part about asking questions is having an open mind. It's easy to ask questions. Sometimes it's a little more difficult for some people to accept the answers, especially if it goes against current accepted theory. Alright, first let's ask a few fundamental knowledge promoting questions. These questions will help us to understand the physical nature of the Arizona crater. They'll help us to describe it. Alright, first, where is the Arizona crater located? Well, it's in northern Arizona, east of Flagstaff. And these are the coordinates to the center of the crater if you want to be exact. What is the shape of the Arizona crater? To me, it looks squarish with rounded corners. The inside of the crater is concave with a relatively flat bottom. What color is the crater? Well, it looks brown and red. What does it look like under the crater? According to the researchers, Beals and Shoemaker, they did some of the most extensive research on the crater up until now. They said that it was a bowl shape under the crater, when in actuality, after the researchers Ackerman, Godson, and Watkins did a seismic study using dynamite of what it really looks like under the crater, they found that it has a convex, funnel-shaped diatreme. It's a shape that is totally ignored by modern scientists. These were just a few questions that allowed us to increase our knowledge about the Arizona crater. Now, let's use these same description-promoting questions to further our knowledge based on what modern scientists have said. These questions don't have an answer based on modern science. If the Arizona crater was made by high-speed impact, then where are all the melted rocks or glass that should line the interior of the crater? Or if the Arizona crater was made by a large iron-nickel meteor, where are the 299,970 tons of vaporized iron-nickel meteorite? And lastly, if the Arizona crater was made by high-speed impact, then where are the melted or partially melted Arizona crater meteorites? Now let's ask a few comprehension-promoting questions. How does nearly 300,000 tons of iron-nickel meteorite vaporize without melting a tremendous amount of contact rock? Why are there no shatter cones at the Arizona crater? Shatter cones are supposed to exist in impact craters. If the crystal structure of any object is formed in water and not by melting and cooling that object, why does the iron found at the Arizona crater have the crystal structure in it called the Widman-Staten crystalline pattern? If it was involved in high-speed impact, they would have been subjected to heat over 800 degrees Celsius, which would have totally destroyed the Widman-Staten crystalline pattern. Lastly, how does pure white silica come from brown and red sedimentary layers during an impact explosion? This is pure white silica found at the bottom of the crater. We could probably come up with so many other questions. In fact, if you can think of other fundamental questions, post them in the comments below. That way we can all benefit from them and increase in knowledge and wisdom. Benjamin Franklin said, "One of the greatest tragedies in life is the murder of a beautiful theory by a gang of facts." Those of you that have already read the Hydroplanet Model chapter in the Universal Model already know that the first proven meteor crater is actually a hydrocrater. Like I said before, if this is your first time here, or if you have not done so already, please subscribe. This channel is all about spreading the word about the Universal Model, getting excited about it, and then discovering additional resources so that we can all learn more about it. In fact, go ahead and check the description below for some of those additional resources. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day.